go. Hey yo, deep breath, I request a requiem for apathy. Momentarily lost hope, but now it's back at me. Temporarily felt defeated by the game. Then the light came, just after the nightingale sang. Thank whoever you wish for the gift to see. I let it be the definition of me, the MC. Share thoughts with the downtrodden intent to tap into the wealth and knowledge my people gain upon the avenue. I keep that close to my heart, though it seemed like we oceans apart. The feedback is my motive to start the reconstruction of the original arc. You say, just let the waves carry you out the dark, brighter days await. The nemesis has sealed his fate. Only the true will pass through this gate. And you were one of those chosen. Proof is in the fact. You right here, so wide open to rap. But take a deep breath, release stress. Please rest, be blessed by the beat and the essence of these texts. Peace cap what the diggity left. Respect, let the breeze lead weak in these steps. We said to reach the peak last. We need depth. To rest, we will let the sweet be half of the celestial decree. Yes, we yes, we defeat weakness. Deep breath, Philistines in effect. Let the breeze be fresh. Let the breeze be fresh. Let the breeze be fresh. Deep breath, I request a requiem for ignorance. Ever since the chop got blessed, we less venomous. Call for the consensus here. With the rhythm we nod, but vitalize spirit in them recharged. I cite love is the impetus for changing the language the frame speaks. This is not self-embrace. We interlace through great beats. The sum of our parts is great. Just like the summer you discover the art. My heart beats, quantize, sync up the SP. Light vein tracks back to link up with prestige. Hold the mic, I'm on it. Type to write it in the code. Disciple the fiends quoted in the Bible by all means. It's necessary I give to. Upon taking the top, the park men start to sense the frustration of men. Desperation circulating in the wind. Take it in and let the change begin. Breathe with me, take a deep breath, release stress. Please rest, be blessed by the beat and the essence of these texts. Peace cap with what the diggity left. Respect, let the breeze lead me in these steps. To reset, to reach the peak last. We need depth, to rest, figure out the sweet behest of the celestial decree. Yes, we yes, we defeat weakness. Deep breath, Philistines in effect. Let the breeze be fresh, let the breeze be stressed. Please rest, be blessed by the beat and the essence of these texts. Peace cap with what the diggity left. Respect, let the breeze lead me in these steps. To reset, to reach the peak last. We need depth, to rest, figure out the sweet behest of the celestial decree. Yes, yes, we defeat weakness. Deep breath, the Philistines in effect. Let the breeze be fresh, let the breeze be fresh. Suffocated by the pressure to perform and the pressure to produce and the pressure to conform to the norm. Animated by the pressure to succeed and the pressure to succumb and the pressure to believe in the cause. Predicated on the pressure to accept and the pressure to explain and the pressure to perfect what is inherently flawless. In all this, recognize your right to push back. I already told you, I am not deterred by fear. See, accountability to me is a whole nother theory. So my obedience is not to ever be mistaken for faith in the creation, but in fact I am conscious of my reliance on the inability of science to justify sound on the grounds of profound silence. Why then is the molecular configuration labeled secular when it's relegated to a genre? That which is from the mortal Lord is not built to last, irrespective of the measure of skill craft. So would y'all bless that no one curse? I coerce the clergy, showing no mercy to the pontiff. Yes, and the few peasants understandably upset by the clamor. I comment out the banner to the minaret. Don't forget the pact and recognize your right to push back. Overwhelmed by the pressure to defer and the pressure to concede and the pressure to concur with the word. Illustrated by the pressure to comply and the pressure to appease and the pressure to apply more pressure to your peers till the pressure puts them under pressure to defend while they choose not to amend what is inherently gorgeous. In all this, recognize your right to push back. Lest ye judge and deem the position extremely biased. Identify me as self-righteous and pious. I assail even the stale efforts of the Baha'is. Endeavors to fail to make available hip-hop to the youth at large, when in truth it's hard to refute God. Music is conducive to producing art. Between you and me, I'm through a string of beads and and waves and leaves. It's not that I'm a separatist. My suggestion is we address the risk of giving the impression we miss the point to progress with the kids. Not in spite of them, by request, invited them to bless this spot. So when there must be justice, we clutch this, clinging to the cord. They cannot afford to ignore the value, and when they doubt you, recognize your right to push back. Aggravated by the pressure to mature and the pressure to endow and the pressure to endure criticism. Generated by the pressure to be numb to the pressure of the thumb of the one holding you down, not allowing you to run from the pressure to be fine with the pressure to align with the pressure to abide by the rules of the lawless. In all this, recognize your right to push back.
Before you can get things right, sometimes you have to fight. Before you can get things right, sometimes you have to fight. Before you can get things right, sometimes you have
Yo, home is where the hatred is. Break bread but never offer them a taste till they pay for this. Somebody said this place was rid of hospitality. Gotcha, I ain't hungry anyway, I had pasta, a full box to share with brothers. If they bribe for starving artists, leaving leftovers to rot, that's preposterous. Your squad licks the posterior. I don't know how to make it any clearer. Yeah, I got desires, but above those are standards. So I ain't always trying to do exactly what the next man does. They say I come across a little self-righteous, but when it's said and done, I'll be the first one to step up in the cypher. For real, talker, let's build, but materials are concrete. Ideals are ethereal. I process thoughts outside the cattle run to provide you with the ride when the battle is done. But some reply no thanks and attempt to use against me my proximity to the city. Devout by choice, but providentially by high by chance. I make the most of an unusual circumstance for a cause I discovered in another land. I don't expect y'all to fully understand. Say what? I serve a cause I discovered in another land. Yo, I don't expect y'all to fully understand. So I say, Diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, dang, dang. Home is where the hatred is. Appreciate your fake smile, but it's wild here trying to raise kids under the pretense that these friends are for show. And I don't mean for show, homie, I mean for show. For display, for street credibility, for status. For you to gas up, force laughs, and act bad. For you to bump tactics from the past is yours, Lord. Some of you MCs would make better actors. Trust is a must for me. Beyond dollars, see friends like Brother Thomas or a luxury. Learn to never take them for granted. Love overcomes a grudge is heavier than granite. I hold some just to increase muscle tone, cause doing these shows alone builds character, but it's hell on the bones. I ask, who's gonna take the weight? And you're shrug like Wednesdays are bad for me. I gotta study, carrying a ton while them kids keep carrying on about their newfound liberation. And hip-hop provide an opportunity for you and yours to manifest your destiny. Doing tours, I'm sure it was because of the thunderous applause. You failed to hear me offer my support to your cause in the form of doing shows for no cost. Now you wanna talk? I'ma have to cut you off. So I say, diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, dang, dang. Home is where the hatred is. Gray skies play tricks on minds that try to escape from this. 30 shades of monochrome, 30 days since the sun last shone. When seeds leave, they come back grown. Stifling is rife, signs of early life abound. Then it's cut them down, cut them down. The whole tribe subscribe to that warehousing mentality where one tree replaced by three is mathematically sound. So while you busy digging holes in the ground, they back at the factory making paper. I'm hip to the game, and it's a shame you're recycling goods. Since childhood, I've been lighting the woods aflame. Rid the old growth and let the ash fertilize it naturally. Such a beautiful catastrophe. Ask me, and I'ma tell you, burn them all and graft me to the last freestanding piece of charred black tree. I'ma refurbish the earth with the majesty, cause home is where the heart has to be. I'ma refurbish the earth with the majesty, cause home is where the heart has to be. So I say, diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, diggy dang, it dang, it dang, diggy diggy dang, dang. My beloved mentor, those exposed to rain when it pours, the benefit of every last fan who raised a hand on your command. Let's connect more. The chance to support the amateur, revival of the Bible, the score, the sake of the kids, if nothing more. They can't afford to face another closed door. Let's connect more. The prospect, the steps uncharted, pioneers in the context of let's start it. To be certain the efforts of the martyrs have applauded, I'ma share specs burden to resurrect the artist. Usher in the Renaissance, a plea to Medici to commission each and every MC in a CD. Meet me on the hill with your catalog of styles. We collabing with the crowd, congregating round styles. And be loud enough, sound travels upstairs and beyond to the ears of the once debonair. Till the idea clicks to put a little more blue in the mix with the great. It's your word to say, so brother speak, cause some stand with both feet. In your opinion, it would happily embrace a new dominion. You ready to build? I'll be standing at dinner and I'll waiting to break ground and form a foundation. Let's connect more. The promise to provide for the poor. The prosperity of you and yours. The simple fact size brings strength, resources to reinforce the weak links. Let's connect more. The possibility of cold war. The probability of that law. The opportunity to ensure the force of our communities before. Let's connect more. The proprietorship of something greater than a label. In the rain we remain faithful, and though we able to stay tied through gray skies, we never weather the storm together. We stay dry and that's surprising. Here where life rise, we're barely surviving. We need the stamina to keep the sign of cancer rising. A bit of organizing for the sake of mayhem. Make them the gatekeepers of the next way in. I extend and supply a hand to the silent land, trying to allow the fam. I'll not stop for one defiant man. Play the role of David to the giant and cock the shot to drop the opposition right where they stand. Victory is ours for sure if we're determined to win. Firm in the covenant concerning the tenets of kinship. Throughout the sounds people, there's room for every one of us to be under the needle. Let's connect more. Expansion of our repertoire. The advancement of the art form. The chance for us to prove to the critics hip-hop is not dividing this district. Let's connect more. The call for an eternal encore. The making up a new Supreme Court. The breakdown of the last war that keeps the mass from that reward. Let's connect more. DV and Soul One. Let's connect more. Germinate, son. Let's connect more. Dirty Birdie and Scene. Bishop Aya Kareem and the team and plus Bean. Let's connect more. Be mellow and skin. Let's connect more. Sam and Mark Sense. Let's connect more. Sonny B and OD's Black Swan, H-Bomb, Rockefeller and Peace. Yo, let's connect more. The new improved Dirty Dev. Let's connect more. All the Mad Cruise heads. Let's connect more. Bad Luck, Free Will, Gabriel and Khalil. It's time for all us to build.
The colonizer came with the cross and the sword.
Interpretation, perpetration. They made a show and wrote a book. Thinking they got the answer.
The interjection interrupts the status quo. Grab the staff, holding back the stratus off the plateau. Cold settling, elders talking long winters evident. Seal it closed, deal another dose of medicine. They say things could always be worse. The church is waterproof, impermeable to the blood the slaughter produced. We'll wait it out here and summon the saints to oversee us. Pastor chaperone, lead us in a prayer for non-believers, saying, Lord, they strayed from the fold, gave them the knowledge of Solomon, and they made the choice to trade it for gold. Grant us victory against the victim. Satan takes in. Pause to end the room in unison. Repeated amen. And then a solitary echo through the sanctuary set it off. How can we be leaders if the rest are lost? Quell quick, lyric rose and spoke, addressed him heretic. He drew heat from the manuscript in Hebrew, Greek, and Arabic. Many are called, but few are chosen, he quoted. To which the team ratified, and all but one seemed satisfied. Same cat, explain that please. Where's the balance the panel sees? No man or reason ever dared to challenge the infallible. Priest deferred to bishop, the bishop to the cardinal, cardinal to the pope, pope to oracle. And she suggested possibly the meaning was implied that the chosen one was he, the others chose to cast aside, saying, so you cannot be worthy with your dirty garb. Fuck your 30-yard year ministry. You finished leading people down a narrow path, complicating Pharaoh's math. Castigate the cat for trying to harrow with the parallax. Who you think you fooling with your nobleness and globalism, when your pearl of wisdom lack the opalescent sheen? We accustomed to carrots and high teens. By the king, we demand you answer to a higher being, saying, hey, all the way to your beheading. You gon' pay for letting broken etiquette affect the wedding ceremony. Pony up and put your pumpkin in the guillotine. Storefront watches, score one for the Philistines. Pay attention, son, here's what a plot twist. Bloody moon debauchery and talk of the apocalypse is taken out of context. Pagans tout a contest. The night was a sacrifice to let the pawn check. And now they making moves in self-defense, trying to piece together strategies from clue shells. Since the orthodoxy had interpretation liberties exclusively. Stone throwing, finger pointing bitches, you ain't new to me. See, we are not the Puritans or Lutherans or Calvinists or any other Protestants exuding them. Ironically, they persecute us too to turn them all against the truth. Mental funnel out the fundamental tolerance. We callin' from the wall around your compound. Reclaim our stomping grounds. Calm and Vaughn will be the guard sound pumping. Speakers stay conveying translations of the message. By virtue of the words, it's evidence of the vestige of the lesser prophets. Make it a point through acknowledgement. The successor drop it over the joint. Touch greatness. How long you gonna play us to the side? See, the proper you condemned is now him that takes the bride, saying, today we celebrate the revolution. The cycle is complete and each has made a contribution. From this day forward, we gon' work a lot at concert. Faith applied in service, not concerned with making converts. A single inquisition from the gathering, a smattering of whatabouts and heads started scattering. Typical folks upon the dodge, the one to search, and I said pardon me for probing, but I used to go to church. I've been deceived by the likes of these who breed bluffs. Tell me, who can I trust? Every last one of us. Calumny surround me on all sides. Who wanna see injustice crushed? Come on, every last one of us. If I get sent up for saying too much, who's gonna break me off the back of the bus, y'all? Every last one of us. My stamina's diminished. If I can't finish, who's coming through in the clutch? Every last one of us. Worn from the struggle, starting to show fatigue. Son, blast on the horn again. We ought to tell the legion. I'ma hold the line until the time of my relief come. Divine infantry, supply the energy to feed from, empowered, endowed with the ability to reason, allow the opportunity to choose a disbelief. Some seek to find the truth and you possess the key to freedom. Then understand it's your responsibility to teach one. Exponentially increase the delegates. We politic with activists, not asses and elephants. Rectify and edify a new central intelligence based upon dissemination of knowledge and evidence. Imagine the impact and prevalence of regiments designed to change questions to definites. The resonance is rising up in every resident. Show my brethren to be the testament. Come on, so when the clock strikes 12 and the heads rebel, who's gonna usher the rush? Every last one of us. When the state of things change and the truth is explained, who's gonna be ready to adjust, huh? Every last one of us. When the streets is overtaken by fleets of green jeeps, who's facing the influx? Every last one of us. And when the last shot's fired at the empire, who shall emerge from the dust? Every last one of us. The vision of our mission intimidates theocracy. Apostles of revelations whose station is a mockery. Self-proclaimed authoritative vein of the prophecy they strain when they struggle to explain the anomaly. It's our intent to re-implement modesty, demand of self-respect be the market's hottest commodity. Regulate the wealth and decimate extreme poverty, and educate the kids with every dollar from the lottery. We about to change the mentality of old world savagery into a new reality. One where teachers and lawyers are trade salaries and liquor stores are raised to make way for art galleries. With one common thread we weave a global tapestry. Peace will be your motto when you follow the analogy. Down from the mountains to echo throughout the valley. It's the shouts of the soldiers and my cavalry. So when the system finally fall, who people gon' call on to show conduct? Every last one of us. When the new sun rises and we've all survived, who knows it's not just luck? Every last one of us. See, it's a kingdom that we gotta construct. Who's ready to build from the ground up? Every last one of us. Who's ready to commit? This is it. Your people unite and say what? Every last one of us.
This is poison, this will be a word we want. This is poison, this will be a word we want. This is poison, this will be a word we want. This is poison, this will be a word we want. This is poison, this will be a word we want. This is poison,
Touch
this will
that
be a word we want. This is poison, this will be a word we want. This is poison,
touch that. Check it out. Sister, you out here raising our communities, kids, and partners gotten a stronger sense of what community is. Teaching them how to speak the word and what to do with these fists. You like a young sojourner, truly through you she lives. You do God's work, and for it you deserve to be praised. Cause I know the sacrifice is hardly worth what it pays. Nevertheless, on you press to nurture the babes, but take care over protecting them or hurt them in ways you can't imagine. Some call passion a tool, a shaitan, creating bonds with fanatics and fools. And the fear of that is why freedom's absent in school, and they substitute for gold the platinum rule. It's on you to provide what they don't supply to the mass. Knowledge of the forefathers they won't find in their class, and you ain't gotta force feed them, but when finally they ask, tell them they must shine, for they were divine in the past. Understand, I've been ready to commit to your team. With the two forces combined, we can't uplift the regime, but I am worthless soon as I am stripped of my means. And if you see it as a cause for the split between us, then that's poison. I don't wanna touch this drug, fuck it, I don't need to rush that much. Understand, I lay it all down straight and walk away overnight. If it means you and me are unite. Poison, I don't wanna touch this drug, fuck it, I don't need to rush that much. Understand, I lay it all down straight and walk away overnight. If it means you and me are unite. Brother, you out here speaking from a stump in the rain. I admire your stamina, it's like you numb to the pain. Through the mic, it's like you and I are one and the same. We promise hope, though most say we just mumble and slang. But the change will come, we know from reading the text. And when I tend to stop short, yo, you keep me abreast. You were born to be a leader of the elite's best, but my concern's for the rest of the people that's left. See, I was baptized once as a child in the church, and as a man now, overanalyzing they works. They trying hard to save souls, selling violence and hurt, but mine was free from the beginning to fly since birth. Now I wanna help another cat to feel like that, mixing metaphysical concepts with real life facts to equip the front lines in a field where pipes crack with rhyme. To the reason they choosing to fight back. Understand that you and I both serve the same cause for peace, whether we reaching it through words or wars. But sometimes our backgrounds help determine our course. But when the weight starts to separate and burden us, Lord, yeah, that's poison. I don't wanna touch this drug, fuck it, I don't need to rush that much. Understand, I lay it all down straight and walk away overnight. If it means you and me are unite. Poison, I don't wanna touch this drug, fuck it, I don't need to rush that much. Understand, I lay it all down straight and walk away overnight. If it means you and me are unite, oh unite. Yo, from the start of my heart, when art was deep in the fold, to the time of my first rhyme when I was 12 years old, I heard the voice of reason speaking from the beacon of hope. It said, I represent with mind, body, and soul. And ever since then, I'm questioning what I'm told. Explore the options when I'm stopping at the fork in the road. The effect of my actions left a crack in the mold. I represent with mind, body, and soul. Somatic maggots inhabit the trappings of the tyrant. They bag it, flag it, drag it back inside the cave. I'm tracking the pattern, the havoc, to stab it with the trident. The class of pragmatic, shack up in the enclave. Rumor has it it's a war outside, no man is safe from. I prefer the grave to the fate of desolation. Sling blade, slice it in the eights, it's a miracle. Properties of these are three-dimensional, spherical. Topic of discussion, Capricorn, arrival, Cancer. Polyglot address me in the manner of a stammerer. Hold the title manager, author of the documents. Sworn to secrecy, the morning he performed the sacrament. Duty to the derelict, I'm 6 generations of rap, saving the tape for the day I came back. Words preserved, the testimony to the tournament. Clock wins again, hold my spot up in the firmament. Virgin turned vague, guard the raw, draws the line in the sand. Serpentine along Medina's floor plan, hard to follow. Death are free to swallow from the cage. Bury feathers and collect the treasures with the jack of spades. Steel pierce the epidermis of the earth. Hard pump concrete from beneath the skirt. She bleeds streaks and streets. We traverse the first cycle. Network, connect, network, thirst is primal. Scream for the sake of sound, to force the barrier back. Hurdle up and over the verbal torch carrier. Sharp turns, muscles in the lower calf burn. The last to finish has his position half firm. Tracks run simulcast, lab syndication. Telemagnate, hell can wait, practice patience. Majors always wanna push the up-tempo. Game pace, I favor simple, evaluate the info. Screen print matter, code the data in emotion. Team Clint Eastwood, heard your childhood was troublesome. Watch the way the sharks play the cards they dealt. Overcoming the odds, well that's a way to create wealth. Stay healthy, balance out your diet with some labor. Make a difference in the system with the wisdom that I gave ya. Save for my dominion, all the planets vanish instant. The key to infinite existence is within the Trinity. Started my heart when all was deep in the fold. To the time of my first rhyme when I was 12 years old, I heard the voice of reason speaking from the beacon of hope. It said, I represent with mind, body, and soul. And ever since then, I'm questioning what I'm told. Explore the options when I'm stopping at the fork in the road. The effect of my actions left a crack in the mold. I represent with mind, body, and soul. Pop, press, and play today, mass distribution. Lack of proper standards contributes to pollution. Who depend on agency protection from the acid rain through the Trinity? Your alkalinity is ascertained. I got digital minerals by the gram, shots vary, but my apothecary stock cans. Hot damn, push the quarter around the town square, peddling wares, observing how the merchants meddle in affairs. It's pointless, keeping your finger on the pulse of a dead horse. That trend ends, that's when you're lost. Non-Trinity to infinity, glass fade kept. So I got methods I ain't even played yet. Put the record on, straight flush, weight crush, peppercorn, store the line, forge across the borderline of Thessalon, camping out in Corinth, passing through Estonia. Remiss of the message, echo back to Macedonia. Always had asphalt blown for 2 millennia. Is it possible this odyssey is not linear? Gravitate to logic, talk about a weights, writing in my launch pad. I'm like a rocket out of space. Last to orbit, first to volunteer, last to forfeit. All I need is one mic mounted in the cockpit. Static interfere with my communicator Houston. Steeped in the syrup, make it hard for me to move them. Sublime clientele, only time will tell if moral with this. Though the core itself is serendipitous. Chin chin to the famine, toast to prosperity. Even in my absence, I'ma oversee the legacy. Dedicate one to Bambada if it's not too much to ask. Fashion the future to refract the past, luminosity. Ultraviolet rays grace the temple. We play the timpani to save the Trinity. Word. Started my heart when all was deep in the fold. At the time of my first rhyme when I was 12 years old, I heard the voice of reason speaking from the beacon of hope. It said, I represent with mind, body, and soul. And ever since then, I'm questioning what I'm told. Explore the options when I'm stopping at the fork in the road. The effect of my actions left me crack in the mold. I represent with mind, body, and soul. Soul. And if you got one, love one. You're lucky just to have just one. So if you got one, love one. Cause you lucky just to have just one. Got one, love one. One mother, one sister, one daughter, one wife. Once lost in the darkness, blessed by sunlight. Once blind to the bounties of living. Lord, surround me with 4 women to symbolize life. I'm born twice for 40 days and nights. I weathered the storm's tug. My mother's fear of the water taught me how to swim above. I fought waves and she prayed and never gave up. Her faith saved me and I just wanna say thank you for your love. My memories of childhood are like dreams. I'm a drifter thinking of my sisters like scenes of a movie. Me screaming, you not my mom set the swing. You holding me, yelling to me, I'm the next best thing. 6 years of separation's damn near a generation. But you never stop trying to understand my motivation. And you've always had my back when push came to shove. We the same blood through the rain's floods. Thank you for your love. I've said it before, I'll say it to my death. I will never fully comprehend just why God left you in my hands when I could hardly stand. I guess it was significant that you and I would take our first steps in stride. Me as a follower, you as a guide, revealer of the way as you explain. I play the scribe, leader of the tribe, reason that a Bayo came alive. My name, my pride, I take time to thank you for your love. Who would have ever thought we'd come this far? 2 renegades who finally made their way to the stars. Built a bridge over the river of doubt and made sound the foundation on which we would build this house. And ain't that what matrimony's about? A shared vision? We drawing the strengths of intellect and intuition. You're the symbolism of liberated women, the definition of what a companion does. Thank you for your love. Thank you all for your support in my times of need. Your belief in me empowers me to lead. And they wonder how I stand this firm to transgressions. Y'all taught to me the lessons every man must learn. Mother showed me how to fold my hands and thank God through my sister's eyes. Compromise was not hard. My daughter teaches me honesty. And honestly, my wife teaches love for my mother. Now my cipher's complete. One love. One mother, one sister, one daughter, one wife. Once lost in the darkness, blessed by sunlight. Once blind to the bounties of living. Lord, surround me with 4 women to symbolize life. I'm born twice and lucky enough to have known a love like this. My dedication, the inspiration to write this. We consolidating the family ties. We drawing tight, knowing things are gonna be alright. And thank you for your love. Lucky just to have just one. So if you got one, love one. Cause you lucky just to have just one. Got one, love one. Just for your love. Your game face on, but deep down I know you wish they wasn't playing that low posting. Got you going through the motions, full of golf, fumbling the ball to where the players at. Junior varsity's no match for the big son. Champion the cause, stop stressing that division. Titles are petty and already you display traits of greatness. Take this for the confidence as a catalyst for armament. The strongest men win, back in the consciousness of self-worth. Developing personally to see the purpose is more than letters on a shirt. Silk screen revolutionaries are come and go. Esteemed visionaries, most are never known by name. Some came just to walk through, but if you wanna be a Tupac too, son, I got you. Hey yo, step to the side when it. Hey yo, push from behind. It's a long road to travel, take time to look around. Some avoid the water and still manage to drown, but something tells me that it's a reason to believe in these kids. I feel the leaders here in our midst. Don't be afraid to raise your fists like this. But you all about the real talk, so for both. Know it's exposed when you peel the bark back. Hard as the shell for the skeleton. When the mind roams, it grinds bones into gelatin. And so my weapon of choice is the power to choose. Use it like a knife, slice, strife in two. Standing over so the strands to the coat of many colors. Man, you gonna need it with this band of brothers. And what they teach you about the discipline. And what they teach you about living in an era where the sentiment is rarer than a sin up in the tenement. Did they mention that, or weren't you listening? It's time you form your own opinion on life. And when you finish, I'ma lend you the mic. Supply the insight, shed light, shine bright. That's real talk, dude. When you wanna rock, I got you. You gotta step to the side when they try to push from behind. It's a long road to travel, take time to look around. Some avoid the water but still manage to drown. But something tells me that it's a reason to believe in these kids. I feel the leaders here in on miss. Don't be afraid to raise your fist like this. Yo, below the terra firm is the murmur of many men, resonating the predication of rise eponym. It requires a higher degree of thought to transmit, elevate above the base and retrace the semantics. Incommensurately we've been held incommunicado. From commoner to commodore, they breed bravado. I exercise authority over the lesser ranks. We rally and tally up at the shores of the West Bank. The shotty lick the body politic, feel a kickback, son. Pardon the warden to permit that one. Sinking solemnly into the vein of my pathology. I maintain the etymology, provide the chronology. Copy me cosmically, I seek to be laconic and terse. The meek shall admonish the earth, while the merits of inheritance are gainfully peeled. The symbolism of nepotism is painfully real. The provision is a policy applied in my demise. In addition, the aristocracy is blocking the uprise. The commandant's calling for change by any means. I've seen heaven and hell, it feels strange in between, never settle. The metal pacifies rebel truth, but truth is the honor in the eyes of the resolute. Press on, employ the pen to postulate upon it. Verily I perform the past summarily. You wonder why? They say that he was born that way. They can't imagine having to go on that way. And maybe if you pray for him, he'll be drawn from the fray. Or maybe what? Maybe he's okay. Yeah. He had to have been born that way. They can't imagine having to go on that way. And maybe if you pray for him, he'll be drawn from the fray. Or maybe what? Maybe he's okay. Yeah, sharing hymns with the seraphims, praise in polyphonic fashion. The action reanimates the catatonic. Aid the abject and abjure the apathetic. Positive polarity in the draw is magnetic. They lurch and reel, trying to reverse the field, but can't manage the pull of my sign aligns planets. Secrets coming out in the wash of the ebb tide. Those who saw it found, those who fled died. To the sight deprived sound might provide solace. The scholars of applied sciences supply the knowledge. Upon the foundation we erect the edifice. Make it known, we dedicate the cornerstone to Aeschylus. Fortified with more than 45s, master the art of war. You blast trouble but the struggle endures. Emaciated the contemplative but killed for a drink. If not methodically restrained by the chain link. From my solid form I liquefy to be absorbed by the river. Stand, read delivered to me or more. Chant freedom in they face and a base. My captors with grace. I placate in the wake, the rapture. In this colony I seen atrocities personified. Still unable to affect the sovereignty of the allied. It's the balance. They challenging your will to achieve. Imprison my coalition but my vision's still free. Free. He had to have been born that way. A great many show envy towards the Lord's protege. Maybe if you pay for it, he'll perform a display. Or maybe what? Maybe you're too late. He had to have been born that way. A great many show envy towards the Lord's protege. Maybe if you pay for it, he'll perform a display. Or maybe what? Maybe you're too late. Stop sleeping. Yo, in Jet City, it's a whole lot happening. In River City, it's a whole lot happening. Tampa Bay, it's a whole lot happening. Yo, up in Atlanta, it's a whole lot happening. Yo, in Cincinnati, it's a whole lot happening. In Portland, it's a whole lot happening. In every spot I ever been, I find men and women resigned to try and keep track of time. yo. Consumed by the flow of the flume, I ride rapids, maroon. The map's written in room, decipher this, kid. Fumed by the spirits entombed, the didactic doom with mouth with a black balloon, I would've missed it. Interposed by secular droves, demanding answers. Who chose the standards of roads over the mystics? Deposed over the summit groves, the grand banner of those who battle fate to escape the throes of physics. Amused by the glow of the fuse, the wick sparks. We choose to call conditions improve with no logistics. Unmoved by the chorus of ooze and the barks of the proofs, I follow the marks of suits, proper blitzes. Forewarned by the bugler's horn, the cock crows and swarms of foul flock to the warm, the outer limits. Adorned with the diadem of thorn, now the clock-eyed horns. Every last lock shorn is too explicit. Show up in Athena, it's a whole lot happening. Heraclio, it's a whole lot happening. Even Fasad got a whole lot happening. In Abdul, it's a whole lot happening. And Capsis, it's a whole lot happening. Those knows a whole lot's happening. In every spot I ever been, I find men and women resigned to try and keep track of time. Allayed by the shadow of shade light, depressive, afraid to test is only a grade to summon digits. Betrayed by the master of slaves, the antiseptic on blades. Teach them a lesson, the maze, come and get it. Pronounced by the duke and the count to be the promise announced. I'm assigned to the house, repute's illest. Surmount the opposition and bounce. A man of modest accounts, hierarchy trounce when I shoot to kill it. Bereaved by the acts of these, my turn serve, believe not words. Those who grieve will be uplifted. Decreed in the books of the free, you be unnerved to read when the lines are blurred, your speed is shifted. Crossed by the albatross, I see the signs, the frost is climbing over the moss. I feel timid, I pause to collect my thoughts. How was this time lost? Pray that I find the source of the remedy. Yo, up in Lusaka, it's a whole lot happening. Luanxia, it's a whole lot happening. In Kidway, it's a whole lot happening. Yo, in Homeway, it's a whole lot happening. Kulundu, it's a whole lot happening. Nilanda, it's a whole lot happening. Yo, at every spot I ever been, I find men and women resigned to try and keep track of time. Make 'em clap, make 'em clap to this. Attempt to motivate the activists. Yo, the buzz about town produce votes to power your amp. Rain it in, damn fruit to blossom. A few were talking about the sprout when the two was still awesome. Sun lit the sky and identified the sign. 95 burned hot in the hearts of rap purists. Put it on, big brother, transform my generation. The bubblers have gone flat over time. Daily distractions to the 8-track mind. If I straight punch me out for real, be on the button. But word to the rock, swear you ain't gon' stop for nothing. Mecca bound with the 4 pound, promising you'll the payoff. The black steel rocker throughout the age of chaos. Brothers on my jock, put away, I hold it. Take it in, cousin, this right here's the moment. Word. Still stepping to the AM, a half pace short of dawn break. You take trade-ins, stakes is high. My mistakes standing up with the best. Stay alive, all things will change around all year. You test the faith and make mountains out of rock vow. The voodoo child of chop it. Jimmy's digging cats, Mr. Hancock rocket. And affluence influence the hustle, I can't knock it. Believe me if you wanna, but I'll tell you this much. I bet you all you know they live longer than us, because only the good die at age 29. My philosophy was born in the New York state of mind. Confined on the island with no moral support. To make a long story short, it's 8 million others in the city. You probably ain't got time for this one. You keep checking the shine on your wrist, son. Bum rush the platform, son, doors are closing when time's frozen. You don't wanna be late, parting sharp for one last run. Who gets you open? I forever hold my token, stand post by the gate. Bum rush the platform, son, doors are closing when time's frozen. You don't wanna be late, departing sharp for one last run. Who gets you open? I forever hold my token, stand post by the gate. Yo, they said never no more, but it seems the suckers teamed up to hold court. The 6-man providing relief for any starter count stats by the quarter. We taking back the order. I swear upon the text to the revelation, the kings from Hollis, Queens learn to walk without strings. Easy on the cut, no mistakes allowed. Cause to me, MC means mentor the child. Step into the realm where you bound to get taught. Tell me, grand verbalizer, what time the lesson start? Sharpening my tips so my marks made heavy and dark. Indelible upon your skeletal parts. The apprentice to the mad scientist up in the lab is the art form. These scars were born under scabs. Evidence of life represented by the arc. The body returned to dust. The soul of the South Bronx. South Bronx. Hey yo, South Bronx. South Bronx. Come on, South Bronx. South Bronx. South Bronx. South Bronx. Come on, South Bronx. Bum rush the platform, son, doors are closing when time's frozen. You don't wanna be late, the party's sharp for one last run. Who gets you open? I forever hold my token, stand post by the gate. Bum rush the platform, son, doors are closing when time's frozen. You don't wanna be late, the party's sharp for one last run. Who gets you open? I forever hold my token, stand post by the gate. The breakers break, and the poppers pop, and the breakers break. Come on, bum rush the platform, son, doors are closing when time's frozen. You don't wanna be late, party sharp for one last run. Who gets you open? I forever hold my token, stand post by the gate. Yeah.